Rating the mainline Pokemon games. So there are a lot, and if it's like Red and Blue, whatever, I'll pretty much put them in the same category, just because they're basically the same game. So this one will probably go a little faster, because you know what? I think I have to put this for the some that I haven't played, have not played. And maybe based on this, I'll be able to figure out if you guys think I should play some of these games. I have played most of them, but I know there's some I'm missing. So, but right off the bat, Black and White, I've played a little bit of it. Would it be fair to grade it? I don't know. I'll give it an A. I know it is highly regarded. For what I've played, it is good. I never beat it, so I can't give it like a definitive answer. But from what I've played of it, I'd give it an A. Okay, Pokemon Pearl. I'm just kind of having memories of the Switch versions, the remakes, which might be doing it dirty. I don't know, but oh, that was very mid. I could be wrong. I just felt like it was very much more of the same on those. Like very cookie cutter Pokemon, and like the Pokemon generation in general didn't really stick out to me. Like it wasn't a generation that I really liked. Sapphire. Ruby and Sapphire, I remember enjoying. This was the first time going to Game Boy Advance, right? I feel like it was a pretty significant leap to go into 32-bit era, right? Where's Ruby? And don't forget, guys, it doesn't even matter how long you're on the stream. Anyone that becomes a member during this time will be entered in to win their own copy of the game for free. Just become a YouTube member or a Twitch sub. So perfect time to drop those Prime subs, you know. And could be for either Switch 1 or Switch 2. Just throwing that out there. So tell your friends, tell your siblings, tell your mom and dad, and whoever else might want a free game. Share it. Like the video on YouTube, and share the stream. So I give them a B. They were fun. I wasn't crazy about Team Magma and Lava. That's when I started getting annoyed with them, like making new teams. In my opinion, it should always just been Team Rocket. They could have evolved a Team Rocket. Diamond and Platinum is A tier? Maybe. Pearl B. Emerald S tier. Ooh. See, here's the thing. I don't think I ever played Emerald, so I'm gonna have to put that in have not played. I'm back. Had to do something at work. All good, bro. No worries. Imagine that, having to actually do work sometimes. Yellow. Now keep in mind, this is my personal list, so yeah, some things are going to be in different positions. It is just what it is, you know. We're not all the same. I'm personally going to give Yellow an S. Like, it brought everything that we loved about Red and Blue, but improved on it. It made it better. They introduced the characters from the anime, so you had like Misty and Brock, how they're supposed to look according to the anime. They brought Jesse and James and Meowth. You know, they didn't have that in the original Red and Blue. So as a kid loving the anime, to see those characters getting put in the game and their, you know, like anime designs, that was amazing. And you had Pikachu running behind you. That was like the first time, I believe, that you had a Pokemon trailing behind you. So that was pretty sick. And you can get all the Pokemon. You didn't have to have one version or the other. The yellow version combined all of them. So it was like a complete game. If anything, the only complaint is that it was kind of a cash grab if you had already played Red or Blue. Like I remember showing my uncle, be like, "Dude, I want this so bad," and he's like, "So it's a new game?" I was like, "Well, it's kind of like the Red and Blue ones, but like a little with a couple new things, you know?" He's like, "So you want me to buy you the same game at full price, you know?" Ah, little did I know at such a young, tender age that that would be Nintendo's philosophy going on in the future, but I digress. The game is still a classic. Um, Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Gold and Silver. Oh, I might put those in S tier as well. Gold and Silver was the first time we had a new gen of Pokemon. Can you remember that? For a couple years, we just had one generation of Pokemon, and we thought that was it. But here we go, 100 new Pokemon. We were able to like rediscover for the first time again. And that's always such a cool feeling, just feeling like, oh, I wonder what this is gonna look like evolved. And back then, most of the time they were hits, Most of the time the evolutions slapped. The designs were amazing. I don't know what's going on with these evolutions now, but yeah, they introduced a lot of stuff, man. They brought in like the day and night cycle, I think, and just new mechanics. What did they do? Berries, was that in that game too? I just know they added a lot of new mechanics for only the second, like, basically games, basically like Pokemon 2. Um, and they even included like the entire first game, right? Crazy. Pokemon Red and Blue, let's just throw them in S tier because Pokemon wouldn't be what it is today without those games. Absolutely game changers. The kind of games that will shape your childhood. I still remember, like, you can only experience Pokemon the first time once, And that was just such a crazy experience. Me and my cousin both getting Game Boy Colors at the same time. He got red, I got blue. Figuring out that we could get different Pokemon depending on our versions. And oh man, just the crazy, like how excited we would get in the car rides playing our games and be like, oh my gosh, I've never seen that Pokemon before. Yeah, that was crazy. Just you just don't get moments like that in life anymore, do you? First game was Platinum. Oh, so you were late in the game, huh? Black and White 2. I can definitely say I've never played these before because I wanted to go through the first ones before I ever got to these, but I never beat the first one. I heard they're good though. I will also throw in the remakes in S tier. They basically took Pokemon Red and Blue and upgraded them to Super Nintendo graphics, basically. So the sprites looked amazing. The redone artworks were fantastic. And yeah, I loved playing the remake just as much as the originals. Didn't have that same like mind blown experience because I had played the games already, but the improvements were awesome. Very nice upgrades for sure. We'll just do the same. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I played a little bit of these, but essentially they're remakes of the Gold and Silver, right? Unless there was some crazy issues with those games, you guys can let me know. But from what I played, they were fine. Heart Gold, Soul Silver were very good. Yeah. I feel like that's when they were at their best with innovation. Crystal? I remember Crystal being pretty good, actually. Which one is this? Was this like the third form? Oh, it was like Crystal. I'm getting confused now. I don't even remember Crystal. The Pokewalker, I forgot about that. Oh, so it was gold, silver, and crystal? I don't think I played crystal then, so I can't really say. Pokemon X. I want to give it an A. I'll give X and Y an A. I like them. That's that is when they introduced Mega Evolutions, right? Like that was pretty sick. I was like, what, high schooler or maybe even a little older, young adult, let's say. And for them to bring in like Mega Charizard and like Mega Blastoise and just make them look cool, um, a little more like mature. It almost felt like they grew up with the audience a little bit. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that was like the first time we got like true 3D for Pokemon, right? Because like as a kid, that's all I would wish for, like a fully 3D Pokemon open world game. And I feel like X and Y kind of did that, at least with the 3D part. X and Y was good, but post game was non-existent. I don't even think I played much of the post game. Yeah. Okay, I'll put the remakes of these in the same category. Sun and Moon, I think I will also put in A. I enjoyed them. I remember when they came out. I think that was the introduction of like the Z moves or something like that. Whoa, 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 whoa! What happened? Did I put a game in a bad spot, or are you just happy to see me? Sun and Moon was cool. I liked the There was different challenges with the gym leaders, right? I remember they did a little something different than just you battle the gym leader, you get your badge. They tried to do something different, so I'll give them that. The trials, right. Um, Overall, I remember having a good time with it. Not quite as memorable to me as X and Y, but I think they were solid games from what I remember. Um, we'll throw the black and white together. Okay, we're coming down to like the newer ones. Again, I'll put that there. Agree. Gen 5 has to be on its own tier S plus. Which one is as Gen 5 even? Black and white? Black and white. Yeah, well to be fair, I never played the sequels. W list so far, but I would put black and white in S. That's fair. I mean, I think a lot of people would. I guess like I said, I haven't played it. I mean, I'm even willing to put them up there. If the majority says so, I can put them up there. I just can't say for sure for like fair, just because I didn't get through the whole game. Not even close. But I do hear constantly that they're amazing. For now, I'll keep the sequels in and haven't played though, because democracy. What is this? What's that one game where it's like Super Earth? I love democracy. It's okay, you're entitled to your own opinion, but you're wrong. On which one? Which one is Gen 5? I don't even know. Oh, Helldivers, that's right. Arceus, I'll put an A. I thought Arceus was actually pretty cool, and it was the first time you can like real time just like throw a Pokeball and start a battle, and then I think you could throw the Pokeball and catch them too, right? It was like just the first time you could like actually, I don't know, it felt more real than just like you run into a Pokemon, initiate a battle, it was more fluid. And shiny hunting was fun in that game too. It was fun to just like get your flying Pokemon and just kind of fly. I mean, the graphics are rough and it was janky, but you fly into a herd of Pokemon and you see that shiny. That was fun. I liked shiny hunting on that one. And Arceus was a pioneer. It gave us Pal World. I guess so. I mean, it did come before Pal World. And now it's like the other way around, man. Now people are taking Power World side half the time. Arceus gameplay with motion control might go hard if they ever did that. Yeah, they could totally do it. They could totally do it. Hey, maybe there's a reason for us to have that Pokeball controller again. We use that for Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, which I'm realizing are not on this list. And that was it though. Remember that one controller? It was like a Pokeball with like a stick, and you can like throw it. Do something like that again. That'd be cool. Okay, Scarlet and you know what? Let's do Sword and Shield first. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe B. I liked Sword and Shield. Good games, but it just fell a little flat. Just a little underwhelming. I will say a huge big feature that they added was like those wild areas or whatever. It was like the open zones in between like towns. That was fun. That was fun. They I think after that they realized, yeah, this is good. We got to keep doing this, and that's where Arceus came in. But yeah, Sword and Shield is where they first started kind of messing with that concept, and that was fun. I liked those areas. And I think actually, yeah, that was the first time where you could see the Pokemon in the wild and like just walk into them, right? So that was a big deal. Story and everything else, eh. All right. Scarlet and Violet. Actually, I gotta put Platinum and Diamond somewhere. You guys would probably be mad about these. I'll put... Actually, I don't think it played Platinum either. I can't put it anywhere. Scarlet and Violet... I think I would put them above Sword and Shield. I would put it in A tier, and maybe even higher. But the performance issues, the lack of polish, and just the lack of improvements just won't allow me to give it anything higher than that. C tier, yeah, I'm even willing to say like low B, high C. Yeah, it was just, I don't know how they were able to get away with that, you know? That there was a lot of heat on them for the performance specifically. And it was kind of crazy that they said they would update it, but the only way they really fixed it is by buying a Switch 2. Runs amazing, like butter on the Switch 2. But Switch 1, it's still just rough. S tier for Platinum, I believe you. So Platinum would be the black and white combination, is that right? I believe you that would be S tier. I've never played it if that's the case. Is it? But yeah. Shoot, honestly, Scarlet and Violet on Switch 2, if you have Switch 2, it probably would get an A, honestly. I feel like the open world was good, you know, the open world's fun. It's fun. It's the most open world Pokemon's ever been. Until tomorrow, maybe, but I doubt it, because you're just going to be in one city the whole time. I think we're going to really just have to wait till Gen 10 to see just how open world they do. Tina is my favorite. Of course it is. Oh, Platinum was Diamond and Pearl. That actually makes sense. Added a lot more. Okay. Well, if that's the case, probably at some point I'll have to play Pokemon Platinum. Maybe one of these days on stream when there's no new games out, I'll go back and play it. Same with Emerald. Hopefully they do make a black and white remake. That would technically be the next remakes in line. I don't know if it's going to happen according to the leaks. I'm not so sure anymore. But I mean, it's inevitable that they'll do the remakes at some point, right? So whenever that happens, that would be cool to play the remakes. But if not, I'll go back and play Black and White and the sequels as well. Maybe Crystal. I don't know. You think Crystal's worth it? Let's screenshot this, guys, and the ones on have not played will be next on the to play list at some time. Yeah, no confirmed, but it's just a matter of time, right? I don't think they've just given up on the remakes. I mean, that's easy money for them. Wish Black and White got a Legends game. Yeah, that would be cool. Rumor is Galar remake or Galar Legends Galar is going to be the next Legends game, and they're going back in time for that one again. Can't confirm it, but that's what's been said. Brilliant Diamond and which one is that? Diamond and Pearl. Oh, the Switch. You're talking about the Switch versions, right? Oh, I put the DS version in C. Probably. That's why you were mad at me, right? That's probably why you guys were mad at me. Yeah, no, the Switch versions were bad. I don't even think they're on this list, but man, those were a snooze fest. Those were so boring. I remember I even tried streaming them, and I even tried doing a Nuzlocke to make it more interesting. But holy cow, those games were just like so slow and boring. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's just the way they did the remake, but yeah, they were so uninteresting. All right, guys. I think that's it for the tier list for today.